The semifinals have finally concluded, and ladies and gentlemen, we now have our final for July 11th. What a freaking day. Foofa. Was not expecting what I saw today at all. Hello, everybody. I'm just a simple man, and my name is Noah Foster, and welcome once again to another Simple Take on the New Japan Cup. Day 8 now of constant New Japan Cup action, as we now have gone through our semifinals and we have finally made it to the final two, but also set up a couple of matches along the way, I feel like, for Dominion, including maybe a match for a new debut. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started and discuss today's action. This is being recorded 9:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, July the 3rd. Oh, by the way, in case I didn't say it on July 1st, happy late Canada Day to all of you. With that being said, let's go ahead and discuss. So it was a 4-match format this time, as we only had 2 matches in the New Japan Cup and 2 special tag matches, with, of course, a cleaning, disinfectant intermission halfway through the show. What's interesting is on this show, the later half was strictly focused on New Japan Cup matches, which I think makes more sense in the long run, while the early half was more focused on faction warfare, tag team momentum, and match building. Our first match featured NJPW main unit, the tag team champions and Golden Aces, Golden Star Kota Ibushi, and the ace of New Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and their partner were Blue Justice, Yuji Nagata, and of course, Young Lion Gabriel Kidd, and they took on my faction, Kasaninare Suzuki-gun in Taiji, the King, Minoru Suzuki, Zack Sabre Jr., and El Desperado. And this match was everything you would expect. I mean, you had the wild start, of course, with Suzuki-gun. At least the Ace didn't get attacked when he did his stance on the turnbuckle corner. Ace was basically being worked over for a good portion of this early match, while everybody in Suzuki-gun took turns taking submission holds on the Ace's leg. That leg, man, damn. Anyway, he finally gained some advantage with Tristan Sauber, Zack Sabre Jr., and we got a preview of Kota and Zack Sabre Jr. And of course, you know what this match is preview at the forefront. The imminent Tag Team Championship match for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships between Golden Aces, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Kota Ibushi, and of course, Bloody Dangerous Tekkas and Zack Sabre Jr. in Taiji. And it really showed here. Kota and Zack Sabre Jr., they got into it. Zack Sabre Jr. got the best of Kota Ibushi on a number of his high offense moves, including the moonsault and attempted Pele, locking him in submissions. Zack Sabre Jr. is so freaking dangerous. But eventually, Zack Sabre Jr., Kota Ibushi, they finally got basically a stalemate among the two, and we broke down into Minoru Suzuki versus Yuji Nagata. I want this one-on-one match again. And these two just wailed into each other. Good grief. As more chaos ensued, no pun intended, Gabriel Kidd comes into play, and he takes on the King. Brave Kid. No pun intended. He literally just keeps wailing into Suzuki, but Suzuki doesn't back down. He keeps on just coming up on him, asking him for more. Hit me harder, as Suzuki is driven by pain. And then Suzuki drops him. And then we have El Desperado gets in the ring. And basically it's him and Gabriel Kidd. They're jogging for position. Gabriel Kidd gets a near fall at one point, but chaos ensues. Suzuki-gun and everybody's attacking each other. Tag team champions being attacked by their upcoming challengers. And in the end, once again, El Desperado, he gets the job done for Suzuki-gun, as I called it, for his faction, and pins Gabriel Kidd after literally planting him face first with a face first Falcon Arrow type move, it seemed. 1, 2, 3. But again, the real story here is, of course, Taiji and Zack Sabre Jr. coming after the tag team titles. It showed in the post-match where Zack Sabre Jr. was basically attacking Kota Ibushi, while Taiji and the Ace, they were sharing subtleties. Kota is pissed. Simple as that. By the way, thank you, Chris Charlton at Reason JP, for all the translations throughout the action, as well as the backstage interview. Taiji basically leaves with this remark: "You want the belt? Pick it up. We're challenging, so pick it up. I'll kill you." I think right there we got our match, folks. At the end, I think it's going to be Zack Sabre Jr. and Taiji versus Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kota Ibushi. Kota Ibushi, by the way, he just ran out like hellfire trying to get after both Zack Sabre Jr. and Taiji. But I think more so he wants to take off the Zack Sabre Jr.'s neck. And I don't think it's just because he lost against him in the New Japan Cup either, and Taiji as well, respectively, over the years. With that being said, wild fun tag. Momentum right now with the challengers. Champs need to pull their stuff together, especially the Ace. And the Ace needs to really try and control Kota Ibushi's temper. Just saying. Anyway, moving on from there, our next special tag match, it was Chaos versus LIJ. As Hiroki Goto, Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii, and Sho, one half, I might have, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. They took on LIJ faction Bushi, Shingo Takagi, remember, never openweight champion. Also, both those men are 2/3 of the six-man tag team never openweight champions. And of course, the double champ in Tetsuya Naito. And this match was anything but tranquilo. As in the early going, we got the preview of the biggest match that's going to come out of this. That was yet to be officially made, but afterwards, I think it was made. As Sho and Shingo, they went into each other. What would you expect? Literally trying to control the ring. Both men just literally going at each other, shoulder tackle for shoulder tackle. Sho finally gets the better of Shingo. And then Stone Pit Bull, he gets a piece of the Rampage Dragon as Sho tags in Tomohiro Ishii, excuse me. And as the match continues, Shingo gets the better of Ishii for a moment, and we have a tag into Naito. Naito starts working over Tomohiro Ishii. Things break down. We're right once again back to Sho and Shingo. And literally we get highlights of their previous matches, really, where Sho tries to go once again for the spear, gets denied, stopped dead in his tracks, and then that gets put into a vertical drop brainbuster. And then both men are willing to each other with forearm strikes. Back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. Until a back drop puts the match into LIJ's favor. Or so I thought. Until a suplex spot gets the better of Sho, and then Sho follows up with a freaking knee strike. Both men are gone after a lariat by Shingo. Damn. Anyway, as the match continues, Bushi, he's now in the ring, and it's coming down to Bushi versus Hiroki Goto. And at one point, Bushi, he pulls off a backstabber. Everything breaks down. LIJ, Chaos, they are literally welling into each other. Absolutely ridiculous. Milano, by the way, at one point says, Takagi likes to say DDT stands for Dangerous Driver Takagi. Maybe he should call it DDG for Doraemon Bully. That's kind of funny. Gion. Well, that's just something to think about. I love the Japanese commentary, by the way, and how interchangeable it is. By the way, Juice from the Liger was on commentary. Really enjoyed seeing him. Anyway, as the match continues, Shingo Takagi, who seems like something out of a video game, and you'll know what I mean when you look at his backstage comments, where he talks about, being like a final boss in the video game. You beat me once, but I can come back. You figure out how many video games have brought back final bosses, like Sonic, like Zelda, just name a couple of the longest running franchises, like Mario. Anyway, as this match continues, sorry, going off topic, that powerful free move combo that Shingo does, denied on the third move. Once again, the Sho knows him so well, as Sho and Shingo take each other out, and Naito and Ishii take each other out. And it comes down again to Goto and, it comes down to Sho and Bushi. Sho was the legal man, apologies. Goto took out Naito. Anyway, as Bushi seems like he was going to set up for the end after the backstabber earlier, he goes for his MX off the top rope, gets denied, and Sho sets him up, packages him up, he hits the shock arrow, Sho gets the win for his team, 1, 2, 3, over Bushi. I don't think no one's surprised with that, considering Bushi is usually the guy that took the fall for the LIJ team in these six-man tag matches that we've seen in the past. But what's funny is actually the last couple of matches, he's been the one to get the win. But again, there's a story here at the forefront, the Never Openweight Championship. And now there might be another story coming up in a match for the six-man titles. As Chaos, they have a stake claim now since they pinned one of the champions to maybe go for the titles. They do matter, folks. Oh, with that being said, what really got me here was afterwards when Shingo and Sho, they were sharing subtleties in the ring. As Shingo showed Sho both titles, like, oh, which one do you want to go for? You want this one or this one? Sho grabs the Never Openweight Championship, the red dot one, folks, not the blue dot one. The singles, standout one. And this pisses off Shingo to the point he tries to get the better of Sho, only for Sho to finally kick him with the spear. And I think it's official, folks. We are going to have Sho versus Shingo Takagi for the Never Openweight Championship. And basically what's going to be a rubber match since both these men are one-on-one against each other in singles action at Dominion. It should be freaking awesome, and I'm really looking forward to it. But as far as those six-man titles, I don't see Shingo pulling double duty. So those six-man titles will probably be defended maybe towards the end of the summer. And if Yoshihashi is still injured, because Evil is the other part that's the third man that is the champion LIJ of those six-man titles, I can honestly see Toru Yano, the former champion, teaming up with Goto and Ishii to try and get those belts back. But only time will tell. Anyway, as we move away now from special tag teams action and Dominion match building, we now go into Way of the Grand Master. And we get the vignette. And the actual person on the screen. Did not see that coming. Boy, was I freaking wrong. Master Wato is actually the Grand Master. Go figure. And for those of you who don't know, Master Wato, I like that name. He actually is a young lion returning from an excursion. As my good friend Cindy G, please follow her at simplyc_OK. She informed me she learned this on Rudo's podcast. Follow them at Rudo's podcast, who cover AEW, NJPW, and CMLL and AAA. Shout out to you guys. Basically, this young lion, who's been part of New Japan Pro Wrestling since 2016, he basically went on for a pretty good run, and he went on to the Young Lions Cup in 2017, came up second place, went up to a excursion for 2 years, worked in a CMLL, fine-tuning his craft, and if I could try and look up his name real quick for you, his original name. Master Wato, he now returns to New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he's here to basically, well, you would basically guess it. Pro Wrestling Grandmaster is here to get to the top in NJPW. Based on style and look alone, I don't see the Grandmaster joining any faction. I see him being freelance, like, you know, Tanahashi, Kota Ibushi, Juice Robinson, David Finlay, for example. I see him being NJPW main unit, but that's just me. Anyway, the interesting thing here is he actually shows up in Corrigan Hall to state his claim. Dukai attacks him from behind. So it looks like his first match is going to be up against Dukai, and it would not surprise me if that was made for Dominion. The thing is, though, I don't know if Dukai and him actually have any history. By the way, the Grandmaster's original name is Hirai Kawato. So shout out to my friends in NJPW discussions on Twitter. I forget his tag name. Apologies, folks. He was right. It was Kawato. What's interesting, though, about this young lion, when I think about young lions and excursions and when they return, there might be someone from his past winning the Wings, too, because you all probably miss him as much as I do, and I know he's stuck in UK, but he's been working at Rev Pro. Remember Shota Umino, now Shooter? It turns out in his very first win, Grandmaster Wato, a.k.a. Hirai Kawato, his first victory was over Shota Umino. Literally back in April, it looks like, 2017. This young lion is only 4 years in the game right now, and we'll see what happens. I'm super curious to see. Yeah, it was April 22nd, 2016. That's just so you know, we got his very first win. I'm super curious what this guy brings. He, again, former wrestler from CMLL, former world lightweight champion. Master Wild's now in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Returns after excursion in 2 years, and looks like Dukai is the first one to challenge him. Maybe we'll get some backlog to that, or maybe Dukai does not want another CMLL type lucha guy, you know, trying to get the better of him or get more acknowledgement than him. I don't know. There might be something deeper here than I think, but curious to see what happens. And welcome to welcome back to NJPW, Master Wato. With Gato probably at the helm of creative here, I would imagine, and booking. I can only imagine there's got to be some sort of big idea to this, because again, I don't know what to expect. Anyway, now you get a breather, disinfectant, cleaning, intermission break, and I love the fact that they always do this halfway through the shows. I love how they really exercise safety and caution with everybody in the area, including social distancing with the commentary. Anyway, as we return to action, get our bell rings, our first match of the 2 semifinals officially got underway. And I like how they kind of presented both matches, even during providing commentary on Tell the Tape about everybody's runs up to this point to the semifinals, as well as, you know, some statistics, as well as, like, you know, weight differences, reach differences, finishers, etc. And also, of course, records. With that being said, Eva versus Sonata is not a first time ever. They are 1-1, but boy, was the ending to this the first time ever, it seemed to me. As Evo and Sonata versed each other. Evo, of course, as you know, his road to this was through Satoshi Kojima, Hiroki Goto, and Yoshihashi. Sonata road to this was Ryusuke Taguchi, Sho, and Taiji. And this match was really weird to me. You would think Evo and Sonata, I would think they're friends because they're former multi-time World Tag League champions and IWGP Tag Team champions, but of course both want to be on top. But I just feel like stuff has changed in Evil ever since the G1 last year, where he really wanted to try and own that. He certainly is owning this, and I worry about Sonata's health. Subtle handshake at the very beginning, reluctant Evil seemed, and then literally both men try to go for the finishes out of the gate, including everything as Evil and Skull N. Didn't happen. As the match progressed, though, Evil definitely put the match to his favor, using his weapon of choice, a steel chair. Literally wraps it around the head and neck of Sonata, pushes him into the ring post. By the way, Marty Asami was the referee for this match. As the match continues, Sonata, who's been basically falling back on this his last two matches, it seems, to get the match into his favor, he goes for the low drop kick, takes out Evil at the leg. Following this, though, Marty Asami, he gets an assistance with Evil, and allows Sonata to eat a thrust kick, it seemed, inside thigh. Ouch. And once again, the match goes in Evil's favor. There was a lot of back and forth momentum in this match, at least in the early half. As the match continued, Evil followed up with Magic Killer assist for Marty Asami on Sonata, after Sonata used the top rope for assistance for a Magic Killer. And shout out to, Good Brothers. Anyway, as this match continued, both men are well into each other, trying to really test each other's wills and gain control. Forearm exchange. And then an uppercut from Sonata into a ridiculous lariat by Evil. Both men are down. Tiger suplex pin, though, almost like a straight dragon pin, it seemed, by Sonata into a near fall. I thought he had him. Evil still kicked out. Evil continues. Anyway. Oh, wow. Chris Charlton and his wife was watching this, too. The chair is Evil's own partner. Yeah, Chris Charlton's absolutely right. Anyway, as the match continued, there was a lariat out of a skull end counter as Sonata went for the skull multiple times. Lobbed it in a couple times, but could never like fully cinched it in. And then there was a ridiculous spot at one point where it looked like he was going for like his moonsault to the skull end, only it seemed like, God, that was bad. Sonata literally is planted. I don't know if Eva had something to do with that, maybe counter into a DDT or brainbuster, vertical drop brainbuster, like literally straight up. Sonata's head got spiked to the point his neck was literally like compressed into his shoulders on that. That was absolutely disturbing. I thought he was done here, honestly. I thought he wasn't going to continue. But he did. And as Chris Charlton puts it, Sonata spiked. This might be it. Well, it wasn't. Anyway, as the match continued, there was another skull end, aka Dragon Sleeper. I don't know how Sonata got in, but he did. But Evil, he counted out of it, and eventually the ref, he gets kind of, taken out to the point that he doesn't see Evil pull off a low blow. Ouch. Man, the dreaded low blow. One of the most dangerous moves in wrestling. He must have been watching Shinsuke Nakamura matches recently. Or, should I say, 2 years ago. Anyway, as the match continues, he pulls out another chair. Uh-oh. Literally puts a chair around Sonata's neck, pulls out another chair. He swings for the fences. It's long. It's far. It's gone. And so is probably Sonata's neck. Jesus Christ. And literally, I feel like, okay, match should stop here, but it can't because the ref's down. You feel like Evil is just going to end it here with everything as Evil. You already tried it like 2 or 3 times earlier. It was constantly countered. No, instead, it looks like we're going to set up for the Scorpion Deathlock, which is one of Evil's go-to moves. Instead, he just literally, how can I put this? A low stomp to Sonata's manhood. Not the midsection, literally. Legs, boot, bam, groin, compressed. Ouch. That probably made Sonata go a few octaves higher. Anyway, so as this match finally reached its end after 20 minutes, he finally hits after that with the ref up. Everything is Evil. And ladies and gentlemen, Evil defeated Sonata 1, 2, 3. Sonata is eliminated. And so is my bracket. Holy freaking crap. I had a reaction to this too. So let me just tell you, I was not, I did not call that. And 2, I was bloody shocked. To the point that I tweeted my good friend Cindy and Marcus. Please follow Team All Elite on Facebook. I basically said this. God damn it! Oh! No! Curse you, Evil! Curse you! Yeah, evil bastard! Damn it! Anyway. And by the way, it's not just me saying that. Chris Charlton said that too, as I found on his Twitter. Not coincidence, I assure you. Anyway, as this match concluded, I have to say is this: Evil literally has taken Evil, not only his name but the act of Evil, to a whole nother level when it comes to his pro wrestling game. He truly will not stop at nothing to try and win this. Ever since I think losing out on the G1 and losing out to Okada at Kota Ibushi for the certificate, and really being left out, it seems, of the big pictures in Wrestle Kingdom. And Sonata, I think, getting the better of 2019 than him. There's a lot more to this than meets the eye. That goes way beyond LIJ pride and being the best in LIJ. He even wants to own New Japan Pro Wrestling and own those belts, period. And now he's in the finals. Poor Sonata, though. I really hope he's okay. Jesus. Might be a way to actually round him out for a while and for him to rebuild momentum, because he has not had the best 2020 when you think about it. Lost New Japan Cup, lost to Jay White, lost British Heavyweight Championship to Zack Sabre Jr. at Wrestle Kingdom. He was never champion, but you get what I mean. And lost to Okada. So, not a great last year for Sonata. Breakout year, maybe, but overall accomplishments, not great. Moving on from there, our main event, Dream Match, first time ever. Ticking time bomb! Hiromu Takahashi, current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. He took on the Rainmaker in Kazuchika Okada. This was a very interesting match. I thought really was a match more so of speed versus strength when you think about the idea of a junior heavyweight versus a heavyweight. But also this idea of can a junior heavyweight main event with a heavyweight potentially at Wrestle Kingdom one day. This match was living proof of it, as it was not only the longest match in New Japan Cup, it was the toughest match in Okada's run. You all know Okada's run. He first got through Gedo. No one's surprised by that. Then he got through Yuji Nagata. And then he got through Taiji Mori with Gedo interference. Hiromu Takahashi, however, he got through the wildness of Tamaki Homa and also Toru Yano and the ridiculous physicality of Stone Pitbull Tomohiro Ishii. Both these men, they really welled into each other, and it really came down to a match of speed and strength, as I thought. Drop kicks galore, by the way. The match begins really with Hiromu having the early going with his speed and stuff. He pulls up his own drop kicker. I gotta imagine how many times Okada got drop kicked. The more times it happened, the more he got annoyed. But again, that's just my opinion. Milano, by the way, says, that shows Evil's resolve in this cup. He's surely thrown the tag team with Sonata out the window. Yeah, it makes me wonder, actually, if Sonata and Evil are going to be even part of the World Tag League at the end of the year. But we'll see. Hiromu also says, hey, TV Land, are you enjoying pro wrestling? Something incredible is about to happen. You could tell when he came out, he was ready for this, as he literally yelled Kai's name at the beginning of the match. Anyway, as the match continues, there was a running drop kick from the apron to Okada, that sent Okada through the barricade gate to the back area of Corrigan Hall, it seemed. Damn, got some momentum off that. And then Okada, he tries to garner some momentum, but he runs into a super kick and then eats a Falcon Arrow. Not enough. Okada finally puts the match to his favor at this point, though, with a pop-up flapjack, and then we get an uppercut into a suplex, both men countering each other, garnering momentum. Forearm exchange as both men try to just figure out, garnering control of this match, and then a drop kick by Kazuchika Okada. And that really turned the match to his favor for the long going. Draping DDT off the barricade by Okada, and then a ridiculous missile drop kick that literally bounced Hiromu across the ring. Shout out, by the way, to referee Retshu's Umino for this match, as Retshu's always refs main events. Best ref in the business. Anyway, running top rope drop kick again, and then a ridiculous sunset bomb by Hiromu. Pulls it off, plants Okada on the floor. Match goes back into his favor. By the way, the Ace was on commentary during this match at this time, too. As the match continues, he brings Okada back in the ring, hits the dynamite plunger. Okada kicks out. Then another drop kick by Okada, and then a freaking pile driver. And I think he's going to set up for the Rainmaker, but not quite. As he goes back to that Ace in the hole that he's won each match so far with. The Cobra Clutch. If I said Camel Clutch, by the way, apologies. Sometimes I lose train thought, Anyway, Cobra Clutch, but not enough, as Hiromu, he fights out of it and does a running DVD into the turnbuckle pad. DVD stands for Death by Driver, for those of you who don't know. And then, eventually, Hiromu hits his own Rainmaker on Okada, followed by Time Bomb. I thought he freaking had him. Near fall. 2 7/8. God. Near fall counter from a deadlift powerbomb attempt after Hiromu locked Okada into a triangle. Hiromu almost got him again. Hiromu did everything he could here. Anyway, drop kick followed by a lariat. Both men exchange again. But Okada, he gets the best of Hiromu with a spinning spin-out tombstone pile driver. And literally, as Okada's trying to set up for a finisher, we see Hiromu try to go for a time bomb too, but it gets countered, and then he's locked in the Cobra Clutch again. And this one went for an extended period of time, but it wasn't so much that Hiromu fight out of it, but Okada, he really showed something here. I don't know how you interpret it, as he literally, it seems like, releases or relieves some pressure from the clutch, and then finally hits a Rainmaker on freaking Hiromu. First time this entire thing. Only to go back into the Cobra Clutch after, of course, Hiromu kicked out of that. And here I thought I was going to win with that. Cobra Clutch locked in again, and then literally he picks him up, maintains wrist control. Rainmaker. I thought I was going to go for the pin. No. Another Rainmaker. And then Cobra Clutch. And Hiromu's body, despite the fact he did not verbally or physically do it, his body tapped out, and Red Shoes called the match. Over. Okada wins. That's it. An incredible main event, first time ever encountered, longest match of now the New Japan Cup, as both these men went over 25 minutes, and definitely Okada's most taxing match to date since being back from this whole pandemic nonsense we've been through. With that being said, it was an incredible match. I can only imagine the sense of disappointment and failure Hiromu feels. He has nothing to be ashamed of, though, as that was an incredible match. He earned everybody's respect, I feel like, and he is definitely a main event player. With that being said, let me go through Okada's thoughts as translated by Chris Charlton. Basically, Okada says the following. I'll be waiting. Me, not Naito. You know why? Because I'm winning the final and beating Naito. I have to spread the power of wrestling. Hiromu, next Evo, then Naito. Sounds good. Let's go through all the LIJ. Hey, Hiromu, you didn't tap. You showed the true will of an IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. But the truth is, what you are trying to do isn't easily done. Don't give up on that dream of yours. You want to be junior. You want to be junior champ and face the heavy. I respect that. Again, Okada. He's all about bringing the best to professional wrestling and bringing the world's attention to professional wrestling the most. You cannot disrespect that. Mad respect to Okada. Okada also says in backstage interviews, I really thought he would tap. Even after 2 of those hits, he didn't tap. That's heart. That's will. That's a champion. If I were in his shoes, that's what I would do. So literally, Okada saw a little bit of Hiromu in himself and vice versa. Okada says, it's not the Rainmaker that's off the table, in case you're all wondering. I'm glad he said this too, because I was curious. I have faith in the Cobra as a finish, and so far it's been very effective. I want to keep showing everyone a new Okada every time. It's Okada that's cooler and more impressive than any move. You know, it's funny. It seems like without the IWGP Heavyweight Champion really championship holding him down, but he still wants it, he's really evolved as a professional wrestler and tries to bring something different while still maintaining himself as the Rainmaker. With that being said, I'm really curious if he does go for evil and we get Naito versus Okada at Dominion again. Would he pull out another new move? What else has Okada have in store for us? But bottom line is this, folks. We now have our finals. We have our final 2. Come July 11th. Special start time, by the way. It will be Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada versus Evil for the New Japan Cup. And then the following day on July 12th, that person will take on Tetsuya Naito for the double gold, the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Championships. So with that being said, let me talk to you a little bit about my thoughts about this final. First off, who the hell called this match, okay? I'm pretty sure most people penciled in Okada going to the final, but Evil? I feel like that also probably drove people too, because who knows how many people actually called for Evil in the final. Then again, some people probably called Hiromu beating Okada or Hiromu being in the final. With that being said, I hope Sanada's okay. My bracket's destroyed. This is not a first time ever between these two, as Okada and Evil share a lot of history. In 2017, Evil actually beat Okada in a near 23-minute match in G1 Climax Action Block B and garnered 2 points. Then Okada, he followed up and defeated Evil, successfully retaining his IWGP Heavyweight Championship at King of Pro Wrestling that same year in a match that went longer, near 34 minutes. 2018, Okada beat Evil in G1 Climax. Basically, they traded victories between G1s, back-to-back years, then Block A. It was 18 minutes, 27 seconds long. And you look at last year, you know what happened last year. In the G1, Okada beat Evil in a 27-minute bout in Block A. One of the best matches of G1 29 last year in Block A, preferably. It's up there with Tomohiro Ishii versus Jon Moxley, just saying. So when you look at it right now, just from that, and thank you, by the way, to Cage Match, the online wrestling internet database, for all these statistics and matches. The record right now stands 1-3 in Okada's favor. Is Evil fixing to pull the biggest upset probably in New Japan recent history? Can Evil overcome Okada? Can someone stop the reign, as some of my friends wanted to be stopped in NJPW discussions? With that being said, Okada, he's 32 years, has 15 years experience, though, as a wrestler. He's a Techniker. And Evil, he's 33 years old, but only 9 years of wrestling experience, also a Techniker. These men share very similar backgrounds when you look at them as pro wrestlers. But it seems like LIJ has really motivated Evil in a way, especially Naito, it seems. To think that Naito and Evil were former a tag league, just literally the two of them. They were a tag league in the World Tag League back in a couple years ago. Evil's been part of LIJ, by the way, since 2015. And Evil versus Naito would not be a first time ever encounter either, as the two have faced each other before in G1 Climax Action in a 21-minute bout, and Naito beat him. So you wonder if Evil ever forgot that and truly wants to rectify that situation. You also wonder if Evil finally wants to be and become IWGP Heavyweight Champion with the Intercontinental title as bonus at this point. But then I also think about this. If Okada, just think about it, if Okada actually wins this, the last time that Naito and Okada met at Dominion, it was for just the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. And Okada won. If you can literally see that happening, I think it was 3 years ago, someone can correct me on that, we could literally see Okada repeating history, and we could probably see the end of the double gold dash era in New Japan Pro Wrestling, because you've heard Okada's comments. He doesn't care about the Intercontinental title. He doesn't value it the same way as the heavyweight title. Honestly, if Okada actually does win the New Japan Cup and win Dominion, I see him vacating the IC title and we'll have an IC tournament. Because you really wonder, is this stance as double champion, was this just a moment for Naito that he just wants to carry as long as he can? Because again, the man's tranquilo. I don't know if he's ever happy, sad, pissed, or what. Or is this something that's for the long run? I mean, at one point, imagine Romo Takahashi literally going titles for a title, trying to hold all 3 belts. It seemed like that was the rumor and idea he wanted to do with Naito. Imagine if that was actually postponed and try to book all the way to freaking Wrestle Kingdom. There are a ton of different ways to look at this. Then I also think about if Okada loses this, can we get a darker Rainmaker than what we already saw against Hiromu? Maybe it wasn't so much heelish, but it was definitely more aggressive and calculated. Okada's evolved, it seems. I feel like he's constantly changing. And if he doesn't win the New Japan Cup at least, I sense another big change for the Rainmaker. I don't know. I just see heavier storms coming. It's a lot to consider. And then if Evil doesn't win, a couple of my friends suggested, could he turn LIJ and join Suzuki-gun? Honestly, I could see that. I could see Evil literally fitting in Suzuki-gun because of his attitude, per se. And I feel like Minoru Suzuki probably would welcome it because he and Minoru, they've beaten the hell out of each other on a number of occasions. So with that being said, there's a lot to think about here as we have the final, literally 8 days from today. So I hope I gave you all some food for thought. If you have any further comments or suggestive ideas of what could happen in either of these men winning or losing in the New Japan Cup and or at Dominion, please let me know. I'd love to hear it. But with that being said, that's all I have to say for now. So thank you again for tuning in to this New Japan Cup Simple Take on the semifinals. Damn it, Evil! I'm officially done. My bracket is dead. And I'm looking forward to the finals on July 11th. And I believe it's an earlier start time of 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But don't take my word for it. I'll look it up right now while I gather my last thoughts. Later on today, if you haven't already, Please check out the Lion Break Collision tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be a special going on every Friday night. I certainly will be watching, and I will definitely be bringing you a simple take on that as well. With that being said, if you want to know more about me, know this. I'm just a simple man. And if you haven't figured out by now, I am a lifelong fan of ... wrestling. So if you want to follow me and talk anything wrestling, look me up on Twitter, @nfoster1916. I'm also on Instagram, @nfoster1916, giving you my thoughts on wrestling, good music, positive vibes, nice welcome to your day. Follow the Simba YouTube channel here at youtube.com/user/NoFoster210. You'll find nothing but wrestling here. Predicting, reviewing, previewing, summing, analyzing, ranting, and so much more. It's all things wrestling. Shout out to my ATW family on Twitter. With that being said, if you haven't figured it out by now, the reason I'm in YouTube, support my family, support NoDQ. Buy a shirt. I have a shirt. Support the Greg Cherry brand too. Buy a shirt. I have shirts there based on game shows. NoDQ.com/mercy to that store. Follow the Greg Cherry brand on Teespring. Follow the Jeff Meach on my network. Follow WrestleJoy for a real positive environment on all things wrestling as well. Sports and Pro Wrestling for all your stats, statistics. Chris Charlton, Chris Sampson, they are two of the best accounts you can follow and connect with when it comes to anything New Japan Pro Wrestling. And yes, the finals will be July 11th, Saturday, 1 a.m. Pacific Time, 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. British Standard Time. So get ready, folks. And then, of course, Dominion is the following day. With that being said, I'll close with this. Support your wrestling outlets big and small. Let's keep growing this incredible, diverse, unique, elite, authentic, unscripted, unrestricted wrestling community together. Simple as that. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Hit the bell, know when next video goes live on this channel. Hit the subscribe button. Later on, there'll be another episode of Simply Some and Something. Who knows what I might do. And the next video will be after the Lions Break Collision. And then I'll probably take a break and focus on just Simply Some for the weekend and pick things up on Monday with AEW Spark. But until the next video, I thank you all for tuning in, listening to me, and I hope you all enjoyed NJPW. And if this was your first time, I hope you certainly continue enjoying it. I'd be happy to communicate, answer any questions you want, and associate with you. Shout out to Jeff Meacham, by the way, for checking it out for the first time ever, too. I think it was his first time ever. Anyway, till next time, it's 10:18 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Friday, July 3rd. I hope you all take care, enjoy life. Tomorrow's never guaranteed. Treasure your families, and enjoy wrestling. There's more of it now than ever. Find something that connects with you. There's something or someone out there for everybody. You just gotta look for it. Just give it a try. And until the next video, just again, stay safe and have a wonderful day. Goki Genyo, sayonara.